some people will believe that New Day rematch clause should be taken off and given to Breezango, which it's hard to argue with. If Breezango ends up winning again, perhaps the New Day's title rematch clause should be taken off. And now we got Breezango, and Breezango is working so well together. Like, between this match and the previous match at Extreme Rules, they know how to work together. And they are such a good tag team so far. And the question is, can they continue that momentum? Can they build that? So even if they lose this match, could, after the Elimination Chamber match between New Day and Vaudevillains for the tag titles, could they be in line for a future tag team championship shot? And a 2 count by Kofi Kingston, but Fandango breaks out of it. And Fandango and Tyler Breeze individually have had pretty terrible careers so far on the main roster, but together they are undefeated right now. They are undefeated since forming a tag team, and that is very impressive. And there's that face buster drop by Kofi Kingston, and the tag to Big E. Big E Langston on his way in, and the Vaudevillains picking up that win kind of made the New Day a little sour, if you know what I'm saying, because they've been really on the attack. Like, look at Big E's face. He looks freaking pissed. Like, he looks like he's about to murder somebody. I mean, losing those tag team titles sucks, and it's hard for the New Day, but I feel like they're going to have an opportunity at Elimination Chamber, and perhaps they can win it back. But I tell you what, if Breezango could get the win here tonight, perhaps Breezango deserves that title match, and just barely a 2 count before Big E Langston kicks up. We're not saying the Langston part anymore, are we? I keep wanting to say Langston because it just seems more complete when he has a last name. But yeah, Big E has had an interesting run as Intercontinental Champion, as well as Kofi Kingston in that regard. So, 2 individual stars that have had one hell of a time here. And if you remember last Monday, the whole time traveling thing, I loved that segment with Kofi Kingston, but 2009 was my best year, because it really was. 2009 was a hell of a year for Kofi Kingston. And a 2 count kick out by Big E. I was hoping that we'd see a little bit more than just Kofi Kingston's little backstory, as he might be the oldest one of the group in terms of how long he's been in WWE, but I tell you what, this group is entertaining as hell. And to be honest with you, I know there are people that are getting sick of it, but I hope this tag team never breaks up, but that might just be me. Well, Breezango. And it looked like for a second Big E was about to reverse that, but a neck breaker by Tyler Breeze. I tell you what, though, Tyler Breeze has had some crazy moments in NXT. Like, some of his beauty shot kicks look like they knocked the dude straight out. Like his match with Neville. I don't know if any of you have seen that match or remember it, but oh man, Tyler Breeze and Neville put on a show. So I'm a little disappointed at the way Tyler Breeze has been used so far in the actual WWE product. But on here, I tell you what, Breeze and Fandango have gotten off to a great start. For those of you that don't know, I've already done a universe mode with the entirety simulated just like this, with the CPU versus CPU matchups, and I had the title change hands at every pay-per-view. Every title, every single title changed hands. So I was quite happy that not every title changed hands at Extreme Rules. It was a little depressing because I wasn't able to archive it so that everybody can watch it over again if they want to see what happened at Extreme Rules. However, I fixed that problem, so this will air on YouTube on Grandmaster Shaymin's channel immediately after airing. It'll air just like this, completely uncut. But I tell you what, these matches are hella entertaining. I never get tired of the CPU fighting each other, and what I do, the entire reason I'm doing this is because I like to be the manager. I like to build these rivalries. I like to kind of build everything up. The only problem for me right now is that I have a lack of video editing software. I have iMovie, but that's all I've got. And while airing it live can be beneficial, I would like to be able to just kind of, even if it's live on Twitch and you get to see the kind of behind the scenes, you get to see who's attacking who, kind of cut it out. But luckily, for the time being, I won't really have anybody attack anybody else behind the scenes yet. Not because I don't have video editing software, but because I don't really have a reason to bring anyone back in that kind of over-the-top way yet. But right now, Tyler Breeze is going after Kofi Kingston. Oh, but Big E. Oh, and Tyler Breeze reversing it there. And so now Tyler Breeze is taking on the New Day by himself. Holy shit, man. Tyler Breeze. Kofi Kingston seems like he wants to do something. He's like backing up, but he's not doing anything. He's just kind of standing there like, oh, look, he's getting the crap beat out of him. That's cool. I'm not going to do anything, even though it's completely legal for me to attack the ever-living hell out of him right now. So, we're at a count of 6. And the entire New Day is just kind of surrounding Tyler Breeze. And Tyler Breeze makes his way back into the ring. So there you go. Big E trying to climb his way back into the ring now. He's at a count of 8. And 9. And Big E... Oh, but Fandango will reset the count.
Kingston's in a bad way here. He needs to turn
Fandango will reset the count as Kofi Kingston was just kind of standing there doing absolutely nothing. That was really strange. He was like, oh, count of 9. I don't need to win this match. But if they didn't win this match, I would have all the reason to take their rematch clause away and give it to Breezango at this point. Of course, if a lot of people said that, you know, hey, New Day deserves their title rematch clause, I would probably let them. But Breezango has been absolutely terrific. We're at a count of 7. Kofi Kingston has no idea where they are. 8. We're at a count of 8.
Remember,
9. This is over. It's over. 10. Breezango wins. I have no idea what was going on with Kofi Kingston, but Breezango is 3-0 as a tag team. Can you believe that? 3-0 as a tag team. As Monday Night Raw just continues here, Breezango, man, 3-0 as a tag team. You gotta say they are on the rise. These are the rising stars right now, and we are moving on to the next matchup here. Here on Monday Night Raw, as next up we're going to have a one-on-one match. The United States Champion Kalisto will go one-on-one with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn obviously losing last night at Extreme Rules. Again, I apologize so much, but the Fatal 4-Way match between Miz, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, we will get to see the brand new Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens in our main event tonight. 3-time Intercontinental Champion KO will take on the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns in our main event of Monday Night Raw tonight. That is going to be a huge match. But here comes the U.S. Champion Kalisto. And Kalisto survived against Rusev last night at Extreme Rules, which was kind of impressive. It was one hell of a match, to say the very least, but Kalisto ends up victorious against Rusev. And now he's going to face Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn has a lot of momentum here, but Sami Zayn did lose last night as Kevin Owens, the pop-up powerbomb to Cesaro. So he pins Cesaro, but we do know this. The Intercontinental Championship match, Kevin Owens, the Intercontinental Champion, will defend inside the Elimination Chamber against The Miz and 4 other superstars. The Miz gets his rematch clause. He will be inside the chamber, but we don't know the 4 others. You could say that Sami Zayn will have an opportunity to get in that chamber match on SmackDown. So if you're tomorrow, I'll be airing NXT, but the day after that, I'll be airing SmackDown. So on Saturday, SmackDown's going to air, and on SmackDown, we will have our main event will be Sami Zayn versus someone yet to be determined. The winner will go on to face Kevin Owens and The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. So that's the main event of SmackDown. That will be the first of many #1 contendership matches. If you guys have an opponent that you want to see Sami Zayn face in the main event of SmackDown, make sure you leave a comment on this video. It will be up on YouTube immediately after airing. And then tomorrow on NXT, if you've decided then tomorrow, why don't you leave a comment below on the video and tell me who you want to see Sami Zayn face for the #1 contendership match for the Intercontinental Championship, because I am open to suggestions. If you have any other matches you want to see, any superstars you want to see face Roman Reigns, if you want AJ Styles in a #1 contendership match for the WWE Championship, tell me who he should face for that championship #1 contendership match. If you want to see AJ Styles go after the Intercontinental or United States Championship, why don't you tell me that? Tell me who he should face. See if we can't get him in there. Personally, I have my own personal biases, which is why I like the CPU versus CPU stuff, because the fact is most people who play this game are good enough to where they can beat Legendary Mode 9 out of 10 times. Like, you'll watch it on YouTube and you'll just be like, yeah, this guy won again. Or every once in a while, oh my god, he lost finally. But on a CPU versus CPU fight, you know, you never know who's going to win. Ever. It's completely up to chance. We got to see a lot of championships change hands. Vaudevillains beat the New Day, even though the New Day are higher rated overall. The Vaudevillains are the new tag team champions, and we'll see them in action next. By the way, they'll face Enzo Amore and Big Kaz. And let me tell you this.
I don't want to know what that feels like. Yeah, well,
there are so many superstars that haven't got a chance. Like, for instance, I'm a big fan of Long Island Ice. Zack Ryder, I've been a fan of his since he was an Edgehead, helping Edge out as the Major Brothers. But I'm not going to be like, oh, he should get a WWE title match. Nah, unfortunately, I can't do that, because that's not only a little bias, but, I mean, he hasn't really earned a WWE Championship #1 contendership match. Now, I could probably put him in a U.S. or Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match against somebody. There's no guarantee that he'll win, but I believe that, you know, perhaps he could be in a #1 contendership match. And now, the same thing is the case for Sami Zayn. Kalisto will be in a Elimination Chamber match next week. We will find out, I think 2. I think we're probably going to do 2 Elimination Chamber #1 contendership matches for the U.S. title. As for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, if you guys want to see Dean Ambrose, he fought Stardust at the very beginning of this Raw episode and lost. Stardust pulled the huge upset from out of nowhere. If you want to see that match, obviously, just wait until this is over. Look it up on YouTube. If you're watching it on YouTube, go back into the first episode, or first part of this episode. And, you know, any superstar in the WWE is really open for a possible title match. Just gotta give me what title and who their opponent is, and I will probably make accommodations. Now, when I say superstars, I mean current. I'm not gonna have the Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Undertaker match for the WWE Championship #1 contendership match. That's not gonna happen. It's not going to. However, having a match between, you know, Cesaro and Rusev for a U.S. title shot is much more feasible, if that's what you want to see. And here comes Kalisto, and he fails. Oh man, right on his stomach now, and Sami Zayn with the edge. And now knee to the skull by Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn now. And kick to the back of Kalisto. And Sami Zayn now pulling Kalisto over. And Kalisto down for the pinfall. He gets a 2 count, but that's it. Kalisto kicks out at 2.